Good morning, everyone, and very warm welcome to our Pure Meditation group. Hope everybody is keeping well. Yes. All right. So as we all know, the last session when I did that, I started Dhanya Shatakam, a beautiful text written by Adi Shankaracharya, and it's 8 verses. So last session we did cover 4. We'll do a quick recap for the one who have missed, or again, because it's been 2 weeks, so we might not remember. So I will go again for a quick recap of the last 4, which we did cover, and the remaining 4 to understand what all to feel blessed about. Now, these blessings, why should we believe that we are blessed? What is the importance of feeling blessed? Now, there are many things which we do try, learn, incorporate. And when I talk about whole health, when I talk about, we all talk about whole health as a person of physical health, mental health, emotional health, spiritual health, and social health. Now, we also talk about the financial health and all of that, which is again part of our physical world. But I would like to say the spiritual health, social health, and emotional health, they are not separate entity of our health. They're not separate entity of our existence. They all are interrelated. So if you have pain in the body, you will not be feeling happy. So your mental health is already included in the pain, and you will not be feeling very good about it. Your emotions are very much traumatized anyway, because now you're limiting in your capacity. You cannot go to meet the family function. You cannot enjoy them. And then social health is compromised at the same time, because when you can be part of it, you'll come back on your mental health and emotional health. So spiritual health, being connected with you, is again out of the question. So anything and everything happening in any part of your separate entities, as we see right now, they are not separate. They are just one. You are one. So physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, or whatever tags we say in the health, they are not separate. They all are interrelated. They all are one. And in the same regard, when I say Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, that's a text come from yoga. Upanishad, it originally comes from Taittiriya Upanishad, but when it comes like 5 koshas, technically they are not separate in different koshas. They are interrelated at the same time, because whatever happened in prana, that does affect anna as well as manomaya. So whatever happens in the energy level, that will influence your physical health and mental health both. So this principle is very important to understand, that these are not separate, it's all one. When Adi Shankaracharya and all the text comes from Advaita, whether it comes from Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, all of that, they primarily focus on your Vijnanamaya, which is again part of your intellectual self, also part of your emotional and mental, but from there it will transit you to your spiritual well-being. Now, this is beautifully interrelating to your intelligence, to your happiness. So in this text and all of Adi Shankaracharya's text, what you see is a beautiful mental health concept, beautifully connecting with your emotions to your happiness. So every time when he's saying something, you got to understand that, because the subtle meaning is basically for you to analyze the root cause of misery and finding and reconnecting yourself with your own happiness. So when let me give you an example. In the very first one, when he starts the text and he says, who are the blessed one? So the blessed one, the happy person, the person who is content and happy in his own self. That's a blessed person. Now, in this one, he says, the very first, knowledge is which quietens the mind, and they alone are the blessed one who strive to realize the supreme truth, where all other are wandering in the world of delusions. There are 2 kinds of people in this world. One is wandering in the delusion, finding happiness, finding the self, finding peace, finding whole health, finding any quest we are following. So we all have a quest to find something. So we are the delusional one who is still wandering in the world, trying to find something. But then other one are the knowledgeable one who knows the knowledge exists within. So they don't wander in the world around to find anything. They go within to find. And they are the blessed one because they understand knowledge which quietens the senses. Knowledge is the only one which quietens the senses. Rest everything will stimulate, activate, and ask you to go and find something. Now, literally, if I put it in the understanding of emotional or intellect to the happiness, and I say, let's understand this itself, that how I analyze my world, what am I trying to find? Pain relief? Why do I want pain relief? So I can better perform my day to day. And then what will happen? I feel more happy. See, every quest will come back to the happiness. You give me anything, and the reason is you want to be happy. You want to be peaceful. Why do you want to be peaceful? So that I feel happy. Now I feel good. So every quest, everything what we do in this world is basically to be happy, to be peaceful, to be quiet and relaxed. And at the end, relaxation is happiness because we feel happy about it where we are. So the whole quest ends on the happiness. And the knowledge which says happiness is not anywhere in the world, that is within. So the blessed are the one who knows this happiness is within, and that's where they don't go wander around in the world to find happiness. And this is where the delusional one only will go to the world. The knowledgeable one will always go within, and they are the blessed one. So literally here, the key for happiness is given literally like this to say, be happy with your own self. The knowledge, what is the knowledge? Quieten your senses. How do we quieten our senses? Knowledge will itself quieten your senses. You don't have to control senses. Because the moment this right knowledge comes, that I feel so good when I eat gulab jamun. What senses is very stimulating my tongue, my taste senses. But the moment I realized, well, gulab jamun is also increasing my diabetes, so that's not giving me happiness. The momentary happiness is good, I enjoy, but if I eat 5 gulab jamun, I won't feel the taste same. I won't be happy anymore. I'll start feeling nauseatic, but my diabetes will spike up very high. So he says, you can experiment. That happiness is literally not in gulab jamun because that is only activating your senses and triggering your mind to go after that. The knowledge, when I realize that it's spiking my diabetes, it's a simple knowledge we all know, but then when I connect with my mind and every time I remind, that's not my happiness, it actually will bring more pain than happiness, the senses will go quieten automatically. We try so much to quieten our mind, quieten our senses, don't we? That's why we do meditation. So we quieten our mind, we control our senses. Actually, the knowledge alone will quieten these two. You only have to remember the right knowledge and remind yourself, this is what it is. And automatically it will quieten the mind. This is where Advaita also gave a beautiful example of snake and rope. And I did that in brain plasticity sessions where I do talk often about brain responses, stress, and worries. Snake and rope. Knowledge, literally knowledge. So when we have the worry cycle popping up, we have the panic attack, we have anxiety, we have any of the stress responses in the mind, just remembering that it's not real. It's looks like snake, but it's rope, which means the stress is harmless. It's not going to affect me. You just remind of yourself the knowledge, and the stress response will go quieten. Anyone can try, and we did that experiment in the sessions live, we did all find that actually it instantly shift the dynamic of the stress response, which is impossible by breath work, meditation, relaxation, any technique you use. it won't quieten. It won't shift the dynamic of the stress response. But knowledge itself, just taking a step back on reminding yourself, the mind will not give you too much time. So simply reminding yourself, it's not snake, it's rope. And itself, it will switch, because now mind is not seeing a snake, it is seeing a rope. Any stress, I'm worried about any phobia, any fears, any worries. And if that comes up, then we still have quick instant response of stress, and then reminding, no, I'm safe, I'm fine. Somebody I reminded yesterday, all is well, a movie dialogue from Three Idiots. It's literally reminding yourself all is well. That quick instant knowledge will quieten your senses and will quieten your mind. So what Adi Shankaracharya said here has nothing to do with philosophy. He is giving a very practical tool to use whenever and wherever you need, whether you need it in physical level, mental level, or emotional level. Reminding yourself the knowledge of self, knowledge of ultimate reality. And that will quieten your mind and senses. So no more kumbhak, no more controlling, no more focusing, no more concentration. What a beautiful text, isn't it? It's liberating you from doing anything, simply reminding the knowledge. And the blessed one are the one who has this knowledge, who know how to use this knowledge. They are the blessed one. There are different commentaries also. You can even have your own way of understanding this. There's nothing wrong, but the important part is focusing on the knowledge. I'll take you in the meditation session when we do practically the meditation, that how do we use this knowledge to see things which is real. Just before I take the second one, anybody would like any question or anything to add on?
Whatever you said makes so much sense. Happiness comes from within. And once you know that, you're not going to go around seeking temporary happiness by eating gulab jamu or by watching a film and things like that. But that has to come, as you know, through the knowledge. Perfect.
Thank you. We and again, there is no limitation. Nobody says in any of the texts that don't do it. Do it, but with the understanding that it is temporary. It is helping me to feel that for the present moment only. But this is not permanent. So again, if you do with the knowledge, I do enjoy good food. I do enjoy wearing good. I enjoy looking good. I enjoy meeting people. I enjoy whatever you enjoy. You continue enjoying it, but with the knowledge that it is not real. I enjoy momentarily, but this is not happiness. People are not making me happy. I am still happy because I mingle with everybody. So I'm not depending on others for happiness. That's the knowledge. I still keep it in mind. Whether you're tomorrow alone or you're in the crowd of 100, you'll still be the same. If that's what comes with, you have got the knowledge. You got it perfect. None of the text in the Shastras talks about don't do this. You'll be surprised to know nowhere Advaita says don't do this and don't do that. They only say do this and do that. And whatever else you're doing it, that will go quieten on its own. If you're doing anything not correctly, they don't point that out first. They point out what to do to see whatever else you're doing. So far, I enjoyed gulab jamun very well. But it doesn't say you stop eating gulab jamun, there is no happiness there. It's like, looks like a restriction, limitation. But it didn't say that. It said, understanding the knowledge that it is not coming from there, it is coming from you within. And this is temporary. The permanent is much more than that. So now I have to switch my understanding to experiment. And then I will realize he's right. the text is right, my understanding will expand. So there is, if I say don't do that, your mind will flicker more of doing that. You try that. This is where most of us are struggling, because we still not convinced, we still not sure. If I don't do that, what's wrong in doing that? Our logic will go, why can't I do that? So it doesn't says don't do that. It says do whatever you're doing, feel happy whatever you're happy with, but understand happiness is not there. Now that will expand. First, there are two benefits. First, your mind will not go against the knowledge. It will support, because I'm not restricting you. You can still eat gulab jamun, but remembering that it will also spike your blood sugar. Keep that in mind. So the mindful eating. The second one, that it will also expand your awareness. So you will be more open-minded to accommodate different style as well, different things as well. So basically, it is expanding your horizons. It is not restricting you. It's not limiting you. It's making you limitless. So it doesn't start with don't, it starts with do. Do more. The second one, the very moment then when he introduced the knowledge, and he introduced that how the knowledge can quieten your senses, and you're the blessed one if you have controlled senses in your control simply with knowledge. Then he talks about what will happen if you conquer the knowledge and the senses. So he said, blessed one are those people who, in the very beginning, conquer the temptation of the sense object and overcome the host enemies of their own hearts, like delusion, arrogance, likes and dislikes. And that's where they attend the own kingdom of yoga. And upon realizing Supreme tells, these sannyasis enjoy the forest of their home and spiritual knowledge as a beloved wife. This is very much coded language. If we see as it is, kingdom of yoga doesn't make sense. Do we do yoga? I do yoga. He's not meaning yoga, what we do yoga. The yoga is joining. What are we joining? Joining with self. So the kingdom of yoga means here literally you're joined with yourself now. Whatever you do, you're doing it with consciousness. Whatever you're doing it, you're enjoying it. You're being happy. So when it comes to karma yoga, the yoga definition says yoga karmasu kaushalam. Whatever you do it with your best. Do it with your best capacity and the best version of you, which brings the best version of you, which connects you with you, and you do the finest work. That's what the yoga, karma yoga. In the Jnana, in the Raj Yoga, also in the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, it says Yogas Chitta Vritti Nirodha. So the mind's vritti, the constant spiral of the mind, the one which stops that, that's the yoga. So there are many definitions of yoga. So yoga is not what we understand as physical pranayam, meditation. Meditation is not yoga. Meditation is a tool to conquer the yoga, to be the king of the yoga kingdom. So again, the kingdom of yoga is joining with yourself, whatever makes it happen. And they are the blessed one who realize that. So again, realize yoga, connect with you, connect with your own self through the yoga. They are the blessed one who controls. And when you control the delusion, likes and dislike, you're already joined with yourself. Yoga happens. The misconception, which again Adi Shankaracharya breaks here, that we do yoga. We can't do yoga. Yoga happens. How does it happen? When you control the senses, mind gets controlled. When mind is in control, you start to join yourself with the world within, with your own happiness. You start to withdraw yourself like turtle and go within. And when that starts to happen, yoga happens. You can't do yoga. we can do hatha yoga, we can do exercise, we can do pranayam, we can try to meditate. But even meditation you can do. Meditation happens. Yoga happens. And when that happens, you are the blessed one already if you can make yoga happen. They take they are the blessed one who, again, this is again emphasizing on the knowledge that how you make it happen. Now, the third one, he continues on, blessed one are those having renounced the pleasure of home. Now, home is a comfort zone. Home doesn't literally means house where you live. It's not asking you to leave your home and go into forest, not in a literal meaning. Home is your comfort zone. Wherever you have found confided, you find comfortable, and now you're enjoying and you don't want to shift anything. That is the home, the pleasure of home. That causes a downfall, the desire of the self. So it says, you, a blessed one, are the one who renounced the pleasure of the home, the desires, free from all the longings and sense pleasures. So again, it doesn't say don't do this. It simply says not to be so associated with the comfort of the home. What is home here? Home wherever I'm comfortable with my physical body, with my mental peace, whichever for my happiness. And that's everything, again, coming back to the surrounding, the physical entity. So give up that. Then there is a stage where it comes where you are comfortable with your own self. Now, whether you have any sense objects, any objects for your happiness or not, whether you have comfort or not, you will still be happy. It won't matter to you. You won't even realize missing anything. And this is where it says, be out of your comfort zone. Now, most commonly we say, I feel really good when I go on holidays. What is happening on holidays? Again, I'm not criticizing not to go on holidays, which is a very good break. But do we really feel going on holidays and we only feel happy? Let's analyze what's happening on holidays. We go out of our routine because the routine is boring. Mind gets bored going into overall the same cycles. So mind is bored. It's not and boring is being unhappy. So when you are bored, you can't be happy. My son always comes and say, I'm bored. Now, when he's bored, he's not happy. Basically, he wants some excitement, adventure, something new, because that's where human mind, it's a nature. When that's happening, you don't feel happy. And then anything which break that routine, which breaks that boring days, that will bring you happiness. So most commonly, we do that during holidays because there's no more getting up in the morning, no more cooking, no more rushing, no more pickup, no more drop off, no more bedtimes, no more eating times. The whole routine is gone out of the window. You're not bored anymore, and then you feel happy. So technically, if I say holidays are not happiness, basically anything which you break your routine is the happiness because you're not bored anymore. Why don't we make exciting and adventurous our daily routines? Very commonly and very recently, we learned that dementia is aging difficulty. We know that, but also, why does it happen with aging? Because with the aging, our routine gets dull, boring. There's no exciting, nothing new. It's a remedy for the brain. The happiness, the excitement, the adventure is the one which triggers the brain neurons. And if that's not happening anymore, it is getting dull. So aging is the root cause of all these. But then why does that happen with aging? Because we don't have anything exciting anymore. For a child, everything is exciting. It's a growing brain. Why? Because excitement grows the brain. Then by adulthood, we are so traumatized with everything, managing, dealing. But still, it's an excitement because, whenever life throws a challenge. You got to find something, you got to do something. So it's still challenging, it's still exciting. You still have adrenaline rush. But with the age, we know most of the things now. Nothing excites us anymore. So what do? Find holidays as a gateway because that's excites us, but that breaks the routine, that takes away the boring days, that brings something new. So we feel happy about. But is it really holidays which gives us happiness, or it's basically the mind which is not bored anymore? So can we not make our daily routine 5-10 minutes exciting? How do we make it exciting? Break your routine. Simply breaking your routine, you can make it exciting, non-boring, adventurous. So when was the last time in your daily routine you did something exciting for which you liked? Holidays, we are not going partying. How many of you have gone partying in the holidays? We go quiet beach, we go spa, we go relaxation, isn't it? So parties are not even part of that routine, even if we go on holidays. Where are we going? Nature. We are going in beach. Last time I heard somebody, I'm really missing my holidays. I go on the walk for the beach side. So you're actually not missing your holidays and the beach side. You're missing nature, connecting with nature, isn't it? So this is what we are missing. This is what can bring the adventure, relaxation, calmness, and breaking the routine. So we may not have beach where we live right now, but nature is still there. So go for a walk in the nature, connect with nature. Anything and everything which brings you out of your notion of the comfort, happiness, break that. So is it really talking about the spiritual world and philosophy and jnana? I don't think so. Most of the time, I'm so fascinated that it is talking so real in a practical terms. Simply, do this and try this and do it differently. So hopefully, I haven't discouraged you to take your next holiday plan, but I might have encouraged you to take a holiday every day. Yeah. So far, are we good with this? Yes.
Doc, I think all this stems from when we have no gratitude and we don't appreciate the things we have. Because, as I said, I do lots of different things, but after a little while, they just become a routine. Oh, Tuesday I've got to do this, or Monday I'm doing this. So unless I have the acceptance that, oh, I'm so lucky to be able to be a part of so many groups, the change has to come from within and from me to say, to be grateful. Otherwise, everything will become mundane. Once you do it every time, it's actually recognizing that you are privileged to be able to do those things. I think that's the way. I think.
Yes, it is. It has to come from within. Again, the gratitude. The session I was asked to do about gratitude, forgiveness, and all these terms. And the reason I took Dhanya Shatakam, that the gratitude comes from within automatically. You don't have to develop gratitude. You don't have to develop forgiveness. Forgiveness, what are we forgiving? Why do we need forgiveness? We haven't done anything wrong. Nobody has done anything wrong intentionally. Now ignorance has made us do. So knowledge is the key. Still knowledge is the key. When you realize that my happiness lies in this, and what I did that before. So you don't have to ask forgiveness. Now I know. So forgiveness, gratitude, being thankful, all of that suddenly comes automatically. That also happens. Adi Shankaracharya to any spiritual masters in the Jnana Yoga or Shastras don't talk about these things because these are the byproducts. These are the byproducts. This will happen automatically. If you focus on knowledge, and knowledge is why is this happening and what do I do? I know what do I do. So if you focus on that, everything will start to happen. And this is where it says you are the blessed one because this started to happen for you.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to ask for blessings. How many times we say, bless us, with his God's blessing, divine mother's blessing. How many names we have given for the blessings? Blessings are literally the one which comes also from within. You will feel blessed. What is blessing? Happiness is the blessings. In today's world, if I say, happiness is the biggest blessing. And if you can be happy anywhere and anything with everything, you are a happy person, then it's a blessing. We have a beautiful term says blessing in disguise. What does that really mean? Blessing in disguise.
Yeah, you're happy all the time.
Yes. Even we see an opportunity to be happy when it's a huge challenge. That's also we turn into a COVID was blessing in disguise. It connected on the Zoom, all of us. We got so comfortable on Zoom, we found out a new world. If COVID wouldn't have come, we didn't know how to connect with people like all of you staying in all different parts of the world. We become a family, So shouldn't we be thankful for the COVID virus for making us realize life is too short. Let's connect. Let's be happy. Do something together. Bring communities together. We had no idea this could happen. Telemedicine and telehealth has been long working to bring people together on technology. Yeah, it's been 10 years old method of doing this, that we do it on the Zoom or technology, connect people, but that didn't happen. COVID did just like this. Blessing in disguise. We finally realized mental health, physical health, social health become as an integral part. So altogether, blessing, when we start to see happiness into anything and everything, we turn into a blessing. We don't wait for blessing. Every day is a blessing. I come out from the Sushupti. That's a blessing. So getting up in the morning becomes blessing on its own. New day, new opportunity, new challenge, new opportunities. How do we switch our mind to focus on that is a blessing? So the gratitude comes with blessings. If you feel blessed, you feel gratitude. Forgiveness comes with all of that, because then there's nothing to hold on. You let go. Letting go becomes blessing itself, because that you don't have to do it. It's happening on its own. Now, after this, where we all are, I know we all are on the same page. And then suddenly you go to kind of a group where people are, उसने ये पहना था, उसने वो पहना था, उसको देखा था, वो ऐसे करती थी. Then we think of what time wasting opportunity, what nonsense. Isn't it that first thing comes in the mind, because we think, how foolish, or how you're wasting your time. So does anyone has to do a mindful understanding for this? Mind already knows this is not for me, and what a waste of time. That's a blessing. The knowledge itself is a blessing, because that will alarm you. That's not for me, and I'm not on this path. I'm happy where I am. And this is where in the very next it says, blessed are the one who go beyond I and mine, understanding you're not owner of anything, you are the tenant of everything. Now, the beautiful thing, you're not owner of your body as well. You have borrowed it for this lifetime. When you're a tenant, don't you take care of the house like it's someone else? When it's your own house, you're carefree, little carefree, even though you take care of it very well, because now it's your own house, you're attached with it. But when you're a tenant, you're more cautious, because you have to pay for wear and tear otherwise. So in both sides, understanding that, you don't own this, you're just there for a time being. So look after it well, because if it gives up and you have more time, then you are in trouble. So the body is not you own. The mind is not your own. You have it for doing the purposeful living in this lifetime. They are given to you, so you live your life and find your purpose. There's a beautiful thing in Vedic astrology Vinayak already talked about. I don't know if you have missed that, but I can share that recordings. Amazing, amazing when he talked to us about the charts. And he said what happened in the birth charts. The fascinating part is that he's talking that from one lifetime to another, when you switched from the death to the next lifetime, all that is going with you. So we are carrying all of that with us, and new life, new body, new surrounding. You are still on the same purpose of moksha, liberation, knowledge, understanding. So you start your journey from the same point where you left in the last lifetime. Vedic astrology is not saying anything different than what Adi Shankara is saying here. It's not yours and it's not mine. Go away from mine and I and mine, because you are still on some purpose and you haven't found it. Keep on doing it. Use this body, use this life to find your purpose, and until you are there, you keep on coming back. So now tell me, where is it different? Where is Adi Shankara saying different than Vedic astrology? And where is Vedic astrology saying anything different from the Jnana Yoga or Vedas? They all are saying the same thing. They are saying the same thing, that you got a purpose to serve. What is my purpose? You got to find out what is your purpose. How do we find out? Understanding, expanding your understanding. So when I started to study, I was so fascinated with science. When I started exploring science, I realized, well, I don't like all the science. I don't like physics. I don't like chemistry. But I'm more interested in life, how the life comes into existence. Then I took biology. Then even in biology, expanding that, I realized, well done, not everything is for me. I love plants, but I can't be a botanist. I'm not so fascinated with the plant kingdom. So zoology, animal world, human world, kept on going to find out my purpose. And I realized I'm more fascinated actually with the human life, and not in human body, but human mind. It took me journey of my post-graduation. Then I realized I like to know more about human brain. And then I went into research. I did all of that. But then I thought, well, that's not something making me really feel happy. I learned enough. Now that's not fascinating me anymore. How about trying on people? So bringing that knowledge and connecting with my purpose. Now, some people says you talk Advaita so much rather than mental health, but then you're working in mental health. Well, I'm treating people with Advaita. What's wrong in that? Connecting two science together and still doing the same purpose. So what was my purpose? I found, I'm still on my quest. This is just an example. You all can do experiment. What is making you feel happy is your purpose. Serving your purpose brings happiness. If it's not bringing happiness, you're still got to dig more on your purpose. What is that makes you feel content? Completely bring that here I belong. That belonging, when the feel of belonging comes, the happiness where you become none. You lose your identities and you become one with that. You don't remember, I did that, I have done that, and I achieved that. When you give up even the notion of I, that is where your purpose is. That is where your happiness is. And that's where you found self, Brahman. Brahman is not sitting somewhere on the top and blessing you. Brahman is that purpose, that happiness, that you, where you give up you. So when I'm talking here, I don't realize I'm Dr. Neha Sharma. When I'm talking here, I don't even realize that I am scientist. I forget all of that. And that's where I'm purely, simply talking Shankaracharya. And at the moment, I even forget what Shankara says and what I'm mixing mine. Because those knowledge also becoming just one in the queue. And I forget who am I talking to. Because for all of you, I don't see different names. I'm seeing people who are connecting in this journey. So here, another one blessing, he said, Satsanga is a blessing. Like-minded people you are connected with, that's a blessing itself. So Satsang is the blessing. So
Can I ask
one Lord. Yes, Pragnaji.
Can you define Advaita, please?
Advait, Dvait, and
Hmm.
Advait. They are two things. So Dvait is when you see duality.
Oh,
Advait, when you don't see duality, it's oneness.
got it. Thank you.
Yeah. So as long as I'm seeing Krishna and myself different, I'm seeing Dvait. Krishna is my Arad, is my Ishta, and I am praying. So I'm still seeing two things here, myself and Krishna. But then there is a point comes where automatically mind gives up the form, shape, and name of Krishna, and you become one with the consciousness. So there is no two here. And this is where it says one Lord in all in one. That's Advaita. And again, it doesn't have, you don't have to do anything to feel Advait, to feel oneness. It happens. It happens in the stages of meditation. It happens even doing karma yoga. It happens doing the bhakti as well. Do whatever you like. But the oneness happens. It will happen. That's the whole purpose.
Thank you.
Then in the very next one, the twice born, he introduces the blessed one are those Brahmanas. Now, you may wonder, I'm not Brahman, so do I have to be Brahmin to be the blessed one? Actually, the Brahmanas are the twice born. They are named as the one who born twice. We all are born as Shudras. We all born as, you know Shudras, yeah? We have 4 castes in Hinduism, which we commonly say the caste. Now here, the Shastras don't talk about the casteism as what you're born with. I'm born in a Brahmin family, so I'm Brahmin. That doesn't count in Vedic understanding. To be a Brahmin, you have to be twice born. So the first birth, everybody is born as Shudras. But then according to your karma, what you take up to do, you become something. You become, if you take up something to do Vyavasai, you are the Vaishya. If you are a warrior, if you do things in the society to protect, so whether today, nowadays, if I say army or police, you are Kshatriya, yeah? But if you are doing something for the knowledge, teaching, or preaching, all of that, then you are Brahmana. And if you're doing something to cleaning the society, so, all our garbage pickers, the council workers, all of that are Shudra. So again, it is what karma you have taken, and none of them is lower or higher. Even though the respect according to the social norms given to everybody, but 4 are equally recognized, acknowledged, and appreciated. Because if one is gone away, the society will have imbalance. So here he says, blessed are the one who are Brahmanas. Now again, you can be twice born anytime, which means if you take the second birth with knowledge, you are Brahmana. So the knowledge is still the key here, which he keeps emphasizing. And he says, give up the desire, walk on the path of liberation, and living in the solitude, you meditate on the heart of life. Now, a lot of time when we say light of the heart or the light in the consciousness, it's not meaning that physically you see the light in meditation. A lot of us so much try to see the light in meditation. I don't know, somehow it's a fascination. If I haven't seen the light, I'm not doing meditation right. Light is a myth. It doesn't happen. If you're trying to focus on the light, conscious mind will start to picturize. But if your conscious mind is not innovative enough, it will not picture the light. It's not even talking about the light. Light is still the knowledge. It's talking about still the knowledge. So you are enlightened, the light appears, which means the light appears in the darkness. Darkness is ignorance and light is the knowledge. So again, it's in the coding language, it says that that's the light you need to see, the knowledge you has to see. And you follow that knowledge, you follow that light, you follow that knowledge. There is another terms given in the meditation where you see the light, you see the nectar, you taste the amrita. Now, not in the physical form it means. It might mean I'm still not denying the fact that you don't see light, but the seeing light that's happening in subconscious mind. The physical light doesn't appear. The subconscious mind, when you enter, you see the memories, you see the flashes, and you see everything which doesn't make sense of your physical world. And that's where you are entering into your subconscious mind. But not necessarily you will see flashes. You might see a memory popping up. And that memory has nothing to do with your this life. So it might be you don't know which lifetime it's coming from. You may feel this sensation, strong sensation, and you don't know what it is. It might be a memory popping up of the feel you may have had left in some lifetime. So there is no logical sense to tell you, this is what I saw and this is what I felt, because this is your subconscious mind. And then comes the unconscious mind unfolding into meditation, which still take you more inwards, which you come back with a new understanding. So I would say just let yourself go and dive in. Dive in means just let any experience come. You don't decide what I should be seeing. The moment you decide what I should be seeing, then you're restricting your mind to unfold on its own. Because now you are telling what you want to see. Mind will start working what you want to see. Then it will give you the color of the light as well. Sorry, I didn't mean to discourage anybody, but then we focus on watching this, then mind is focused on watching that alone. Then rest of the benefit you are avoiding, you're missing. So don't miss those treasures. Let the treasure come on the surface on its own. Then in the very sixth one, he says, blessed are alone which shine in the glory who meditate with the single pointed mind on Brahman, which neither real or unreal, nor the combination of these two, neither small, big, neither man or woman. It is the one seed of the universe. All others are bound with the rope of becoming. Now, he is so blunt, without beating the bush around. He said, you're formless. You are beyond any form. So don't be so fascinated with man and woman being small and big. Don't even think about the glory. Don't even go after glory. You're becoming something. Whatever you wanted to become something, you're already that. So what I want to be, we all have desire to become something. We all have, and that's a human nature. So it is telling you, give up the notion of human nature. Because you're already human. Why do you want to have anything to become human more? Becoming, what I want to become. To more acknowledged person, respectful, appreciated, whatever I wanted to be becoming, I'm already that. So if I give you an example, if a few years back somebody would have asked me, I would have said, I want to become world-renowned scientist. Yeah. Now, scientist is what I wanted to become. Now, renowned or not renowned is something comes with how much I highlight my work. But then scientist. Now, what is the quality of scientist? It's analytic, it's experimental, it's logical, it's intelligent. Intelligent is also not a quality, but analytic itself is a part of intelligence. Now, am I not already that? If I'm not that, I don't want to be a scientist. I could have been an artist. So the quality I already possess. So why do I become scientist and prove myself that I have these qualities? If you want to be a person, give anything an example of anything you want to become. So one time I said, I asked my son, what do you want to become? And he said, I think I want to be a rich person. And I said, okay, that's a good one. Why do you want to be rich? And he said, so I can buy anything I like. Why do you want to buy anything you like? What makes you feel that? And he said, maybe comfortable. So what happens when you're comfortable? Feel happy. So you want to feel happy want to be a happy person, but you believe that money only can buy the comfort and comfort only can make you happy, so you want to be a rich person. He started thinking and he said, well, you might be right. So I said, today you are richest because you're comfortable, you're under my umbrella. You got everything what you want to be. You got everything what you need. You're comfortable, so you are happy. So you don't have to become a rich person to be this. You are richest right now. And he said, yes, technically you are right. So technically this is right. I am scientist because I already possess the quality. Now, professionally, I do a job as a scientist or not, that's a different story. But if I do my job correctly in the same work I'm passionate about, I will become renowned scientist. All that you already are. So you don't have to become anything. You are that. You will not think of becoming if you don't possess those qualities. You can try that. You will only think of becoming something when you don't have those qualities. You won't think about it. So you already have those qualities. I want to be a good artist. You already are artistic. That's why you know about the art. And that's why you know where you want to be. So don't try to become anything because you're already that. So the notion of doing anything goes away because you're already doing it. Just be happy now what you're doing. And that's exactly what it talks about. So do we try that in meditation? Do we try what we're experimenting today on meditation? Yeah. So let's count all our blessings which we have come so far. Yeah. Let's close our eyes. Let's sit comfortably. Take a moment to settle down in your comfortable position. Closing your eyes, take a moment to observe your body, making sure there is no discomfort. There is no tightness, stiffness. A quick body scan, which helps you to let go all the discomfort, tightness, stiffness, and let go the control over the body. There is no need to hold the position or tighten any muscles, any part of the body. Slowly, consciously let go the control over the body parts. And as you start to do that, you will see the loosening of muscles, the relaxation setting in. And as that starts to happen one by one, you will feel bodies getting heavier. As bodies start to set into the relaxation response, gently move your attention to your breath and simply slow down your breath consciously. Slow breathing in and out. Don't hold your breath at any point. Simply slow breathing in and slow breathing out. No need to do deep breathing or deep exhalation. Simply slow down your breath. As you slow down your breath consciously, you may observe the mind slowing down on its own. Not many thoughts may arrive at this very stage. Not many distractions coming in between. In between slowing the breath and slowing the mind, you may experience the natural pause where everything seems blank. Everything quietens. At some point, you may feel there is no activity at all. A blank spot. This blank literally is not blank. This is the grounding of everything. Everything emerges from here and dissolves in here. You can see that happening in any stage. When any thought arrives, that arrives from the silent state and merge into the silent state. This very silent stage, which you feel automatically coming in, is the grounding of everything that evolves from here. Chidakash is the word which is given to this, the space in the mind, vast space within which we experience right now. This is not real, but not unreal as well. You can experience that space at this very moment, so it is very real. But you cannot define it real because it does not exist into the conscious world. This only you can experience at this very stage when you go within. The real and unreal signifies the tangible and intangible, gross and subtle, in which is and which is not. And right now, what you're experiencing is both. Exist within is both real and unreal, which exist and non-existence both, which cannot be defined but only can be experienced. Anything and everything which you're wanting to be, you are that. Content, peace, bliss, happiness. It's not a vacuum. It's completely full. It's complete. It's not a hollow place. This is none other than you, the self, the knowledge, the very existence. From here, everything takes a shape and form. So when you connect from Chidakash to the mind and mind to the world, it starts to shows you the names and forms. It starts to show you the modification, the qualities, the characters. From the mind, when you connect to your body, it starts to make you feel the changes, the heaviness, lightness, the flow, the energy, the pain, stiffness, lightness, anything and everything you connect this space to, it'll manifest in the forms. And as that happens, allow it to expand. Remembering and reminding that you can always go back from manifested to unmanifested, from gross to subtle, from Jagat to Chidakash. Connecting back to your body, connecting back to the world around. And as you come back, as you go back to the conscious world, remembering all the blessings you already have. The blessing of knowledge, the blessing of understanding, the blessing of happiness, being self, becoming self. Slowly bringing your attention to your palm. Very gently bring your both hands together in Namaskar Mudra. We'll conclude taking a deep breath in and chanting one Om. Very gently start to rub your both palms together. And as it starts to feel warm enough, let's put it on your eyes. A very gentle massage on all over your face. Slowly taking your hands down. If you enjoyed that,
was very good.
thank
Nehaji,
you.
I think it's one's whole attitude to life in general, because when you respect knowledge, happiness is there. Yeah?
Yes. It's all our attitude, where we shift that. If I don't want to shift that, no one can see you the knowledge.
Yeah.
So yes, it is at the end. So continue enjoying yourself, continue connecting yourself, and that's where everything lies. And I'll see you all for Kickstart tomorrow. And as I said, Gonna kickstart this week onwards on Drishavik, 8 different kind of meditation techniques. So all not with the closed eyes. So I'll be more experimental. So join me as we do the kickstart. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Neha.
Neha
Thank
Ji.
you, Neha Ben.